get the will and the ruin priority first to taunt, and then you can taunt the fate later, and then bring them towards that fate. I'll be doing the same thing on this side and hold them as a stack. The only issue that you want to watch out for here is resources, because the more they hit you, the more, you know, stamina you're going to be taking. So I personally like to... The Ruin does a little weave where he turns around and hits you with his shield. As long as you block that one, you'll be fine. The Fury does the Fury swipe, so you can block it, or you can either take the hits and shield up for it. I personally don't like to block all the time for the Fury, because he's the one that drains most of your stam if you take the hits. So I like to block, sometimes let go of it, and then maybe get a heavy attack if I'm in the safe zone. But other than that, you should be fine. You can spam Igneous and just do repeat with balance, Igneous balance, just so you can get that stam back up. Magma Armor is good as well for this fight. If you don't feel comfortable using the Warhorn, don't worry about it. Just your survivability in holding the ads is key to the ad phases.
Okay.
I'll get to that in a second. We're still going over tank stuff. Oh, no worries.
All good. For the dragon phases, it's still the same mechanics. The only thing is that he does this mark of death on you. Your screen turns like yellow, and he does the same mechanic every time, so you'll know when you're marked. We're going to be taking turns swapping bosses, so you'll have him taunted. He does the breath. During the whole battle phase, you don't have an AoE down on you like the fire boss, but you do have a mechanic that is like a stun. You know the Sigil skill line where you drop that little sphere on the floor and you stun the ads?
Yeah, no.
It's the same thing as for this boss. He does it on either on you or he does it on the DPS. If you see it, preferably just walk away from it, but still block when he does the breath, because if it hits you and he does a bite or a breath, you're pretty much screwed. So just watch out for it. It takes time. You can literally like take 3 seconds and then notice it, and then, you know, just start walking away.
Okay.
When you get cursed, I'll take taunt of boss and then make sure that you don't have the taunt on him, and then you're safe to go back to group. There's gonna be these little flame atros that keep spawning in. Your job is just to pull them a little bit closer to the boss so they hit AoE damage from the DPS. And then when I get marked, you take over, rinse and repeat.
Okay, so we call the mark, or you just know when it happens?
Yeah, you can call it. I'll know it, but like in case I'm distracted or didn't hear it, you can just call it out.
Okay.
It helps to call it out just to be sure that your partner is not going to be taking the hits. If for some reason I'm dead and you have the mark, Magma Armor will help you out during that phase. That marks on you for like I think like 15 seconds, but then after like 15 seconds he marks you again. So that's why it's like the reverse thing where we keep on swapping.
Gotcha.
If he hits you with a mark before flight phase, it's preferably you to have that Magma Armor on, because those ads are going to hit you more harder.
Okay.
Let me know and I'll guard you.
Yeah, so if you have the mark...
Before we do ads, yeah, before the flight, just call it out and I will stay with you and I'll put guard on, so hopefully you'll survive.
Okay.
Yeah. So like if you have the guard and he flies up, just call it out and the healers will be sure to be on you.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you don't let me know, then I don't know that I need to give you special attention, so...
Yeah. Just call it so they can give you special attention.
For DPS, this is it's a fairly easy fight. Positioning is going to be the same as it was on ice. We're going to be all stacked up as one body. Periodically, the dragon is going to punch his claw down on the ground, and if you see that and somebody doesn't block, you're still going to want to make sure that you block so you don't get knocked back. Otherwise, that's just the positioning for the bosses. During the ad fights, we're always going to be going after the fate first. Every flight phase, there's going to be more ads. When we get to the flight phase that has 2 sets of fates, we're always going to be focusing the right side first. And by right side, I mean it'll usually spawn in between these statues that are over here. There's also a mechanic where the room fills up with big AoEs. You'll hear us count down 3, 2, 1. or 1, 2, 3, depending on whoever says it out loud. This is a statue we'll be hiding behind. However, you can hide behind any of the statues. It's just preferable that you go behind this one, because that's where the group and the heals will be. The little flame atros that are going to be up, they're going to be pulled under by the tanks, but just be sure that if you've seen one up for a while, make sure it goes down, because if they're up too long, they will get enraged and they'll blow us up. Healers will keep an eye out for the portal phases and check a warhorn out. Our portals, they know what they're doing. They're going to go left, right, mid. If we need a sub, I can go down as a sub. But what happens when the portal phase is up is there's going to be time stops that will happen up top with the rest of us. And one person that is not a tank or a healer will need to step in it, because that will send out a synergy. Basically downstairs, it's a little green circle that those DPS can stand in, and it'll give them a damage boost. Now the same person can't stand in a time stop twice in a row, so we'll need to switch out once or twice to be able to make sure that we're sending them down as much as possible. Tanks want to be out of them if at all possible. Sometimes they do spawn where you're standing. If you see a time stop pop up, just move out of the way of it. Otherwise, I think, let me see here. Execute starts at 35, I think. Your screen's going to turn another color, and basically what happens there is 3 people are going to have a big AoE that come out underneath their feet, similar to what we saw in the last room and we've been seeing throughout the fight. If you have that AoE underneath you, it's very large, but you need to be able to take it to the outside of the group, because once that circle fills up, it'll drop a frostwell wherever you're at, and then you just dodge roll back into the group. This whole entire ring around the outside here, all the way back to the dragon's butt, is where you're going to want to drop those off at. Try not to go where your tanks or healers are. Try and utilize the outside of the room, stack them as much as possible. Don't drop them on each other. The reason that we need to be able to take them out of group as soon as possible is because if it drops where everybody's standing, we're going to run out of room real quick and it could be a wipe. If I forgot something, we'll find out, but otherwise, let's give it a shot.
And he doesn't do his little wing swipe during execute, so you can put the things next to him.
Yeah, you can go all the way to the back.
Yeah.
Okay. Give us a countdown for 3, 2, 1, and go ahead and pull.
3, 2, 1. Just bring them to the face. And then watch out for, I think it's the Fury that does the little spinny thing. If you don't block through it, it can push you out to the flames. You don't want to be on the outer flames because the flames do damage. Oh, and you want to take the ads out of the circle. Forgot to tell you that.
Sure.
If not, they get enraged.
Okay.
So, it's preferably for you, when you hear that little boom, just start dodge rolling, taunt, and get away. Take that ad to circle.
So don't go behind the statue until the countdown's completed. 1, 2, 3rd. Go ahead and
Hey,
get that.
I forgot which portal I'm jumping in.
Armadillo?
Yeah.
Right.
I'll take Dragon first so you can see how I do it, and then you can click over.
Okay.
Yeah, McDilla's right. I don't remember which.
And the first
you guys remember
Warhorn?
the other ones.
3, 2,
I'm
1.
mid. Zerandis in mid.
Okay. Block.
Block.
I would do a sweep move, but even for you, you also have to block through it, but you're blocking most of the time.
Portal phases come up at 90%.
Alright, I am getting marked, so you take over and go to my spot. You got him, so now...
Block. Okay, portals.
Mark.
Warhorn.
I'll get the first time stop.
Alright, you are marked, I will take over. And we swap spots.
Oh, that was gonna be hot.
Downstairs, make sure you get bash first and then unpin.
Around 84%, you want to start saving your old boots so that ad phase Adam. Start saving it.
Got it.
Oh, take over. I am Mark.
You got dash?
Let's go.
Is that a white gun source?
Yeah. Back.
No, we're supposed
You
to
want to
again?
push the boss so he can see the mechanic at least?
Sure.
Alright, taking over. Alright, so this is fight plays, you take the far left, I take the far right, and pretty much we just go to that fate. And it's like rinse and repeat. The only thing is, it'll be an extra ad during the third fight phase he does. So it'll be right here and like tanking, all this stuff. Take these ads out of the circle. And that'll pretty much be the same thing. Rinse and repeat.
I got the dragon scream again.
Fun.
Check your weapons, check your gear. Let's do it.
Rolling in 3, 2, 1.
And when we get to where there's more and more ads, it's not a bad idea for DPS to hang back just a couple steps. Just because there's a lot of cleave damage that will happen that can easily whack you. Back towards the beginning. 2, 3, get behind.
You want to take the boss first, or you want to take it first?
Either one, I'll take it right now. Do you want to take it out in the future?
Yeah, good.
Alright. Alright, so next fight plays, you'll start off first.
Okay.
So while he has it, I don't know, any of the small flame metros that come in, you'll just try and chain them basically in front of the group so our splash damage will kill it.
I am cursed. Or marked, I mean.
Block. Okay, portals.
Taking over.
Oh snap, I dragon.
Oh, come back to this side then. Yeah, whenever you have if you accidentally taunt him, just come to my side. He's a magnum armor. I'm not sure if you're still cursed.
It's a little interesting. It's been a while.
Alright, you can take him over now.
Block. Okay, downstairs is done. Push.
Yeah, so like if that happens, it's okay, as long as you come to my side immediately.
Gonna have
Just so in
fun
case you
with
get
this.
dead. Alright, so if fight phase is coming up, you go left, I go right. 2 on 2. Orange.
Colossus on the fleet.
And then we bring them to the fate.
Take these out.
Take them out.
Fade's down. Jumping. up, back to beginning. Get behind. I think I'm lagging a little, I'm sorry.
Alright, you can take dragon.
My heart.
I forgot to mention, whenever there is a curse phase, just try to get yourself back to full health. The healers will do it. That's when you can do green blood and take the altar. That helps out.
Okay.
You'll notice it if you get it. If you get it during like a breath, I have them. You can use portals. So you can use a magma armor. It helps as well.
Maybe someone stay in first time. I'll do the next one.
Oh, stuff.
Mark.
7-7. I'll do this one.
Alright, in 3% he'll fly up, so this one you want to start getting your ulti ready.
We might want to slow down a little bit, make sure you don't
Alright, that's the curse mark. Just get yourself back to full health. Use a magma armor if you don't feel comfortable.
So, taking off. Mark also.
I've got farms to play.
For DPS, we're going to be doing the right side fate first.
Farm.
Don't run to it just yet. Stay back till tanks get over there. And
You want to take them out the circle. The fate's kind of hard, so don't worry about that one.
first fate's done. Next one's in the middle. I'll focus on the fate.
Try to be out here on the outer edge, Adam, like where I'm at. You never want to face them towards the middle, just so they don't hit the group. So this whole area, the outer edge of the circles, is your platform. I'm gonna take the wheel away from you. So yeah, like right there. You're good, you're good.
Pretty nice.
Was it the stam?
Yeah, I ran out of the
Yeah, so yeah, the Fury's kind of a little tricky, especially when he's enraged, because he'll burn more of your stam the greater the hits. So I kind of like to have a pod and a magma armor ready, just in case for that phase. But you did very good.
Get behind.
You can take dragon.
I have a warhorn. 3, 2, 1.
Block.
Block.
Portal's coming up soon.
Alright, taking over. I got him.
Okay, portals. Okay. Second.
I am marked.
Get it.
Alright, 3% more until he flies up, so just have your pot, your
Block.
Remember to keep your dots downstairs.
block.
Hold slow down on boss. Make sure downstairs can be done.
Alright, taking over.
I'll get res.
Adam is tank, but he might have it off by the time we get to right those.
Okay.
Alright.
Right side fade first. Again, need room for maneuvering.
Thank you. So one on
Oh! Sorry, green's down over on the edge by Adam. Left hand side.
One person on res.
That's got me.
Next fade. DPS try and stack up. Good job, that fade's down. Watch middle. I got res.
I'm gonna need a stam. Thank you.
I think the wheel might be loose whenever you have a second.
Gotcha, I gotcha. I'm staying here. Just kill that dude. There you go.
There's no jumping. This particular portion can take as long as we need it to, so there's not a huge hurry to get everything down, especially if it's in there, so quick recovery. No worries. Vector's beginning. Look at all these moths. Did you taunt them all?
I know, right? It's like an army.
1, 2, 3. Get behind.
It's a 19-person trial.
Alright, Adam, you can take Dragon first. This is going to be Meteor phase. You also have a chance of getting Meteors. That's the time where you want to take the Meteor over here on this wing side. This whole area is okay for you to drop it. You just don't want to drop the Meteor on
Warhorn,
where you're standing. Just because you want to have some space to full drag.
So get ready. If you're not sure if it's you, move out of group anyway.
And you still get curse on this phase, so just call it out when you have it.
Okay, meteors, take them out. Take them out, take them out. All the way. There we go. Have to do a little bit further next time.
Think right next to the fire when it hits you.
Take them out. Really gotta take them out to this outside, guys. Let's make sure these small flame entries are going down. They will explode in group if they're not dead.
So you see how I have it? I'm taking it right here.
Okay.
Then we taunt and then go back to boss.
These next set of meteors need to be taken the entire way to the outside. We're gonna run out of rope. Take them out. Good job. Executes.
I am marked.
Take him out. Keep your dots down in the middle. Take him out.
One. Rock.
Great job, guys.
No, I didn't get the neck. I did not get that damn infernal.
I got a perfect Loki dagger. I'm sure someone wants that.
Nice.
And I don't do stamps, so who wants
If you
it?
don't want that, I could use it, but only if you don't want it.
Is this anyone's first complete?
Adam, right?
Yeah.
Alright, let's come back to the big dragon for a guild picture real quick, and then we can go back in their chase if you want to stay.
And that was a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did a really good job tanking that, especially the.
For
Yeah,
sure.
you
Yeah,
have the
awesome.
staff, but I want the Inferno.
Hell yeah.
You can do whatever you'd like.
Except you cannot keep your birds out. Gotta put them away.
But my bird
You
is a
don't
part
want
of me.
Don't want a flappy? Didn't say anything about this jellyfish.
Nope, that's fine.
Alrighty. I got it. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
If you
Okay.
guys want to run back for the normal chests, I'll go back to, especially if people need gear.
Warlord, was it you
For
that
those
wanted
that
the
didn't
dagger?
get the quest, look in your inventory. You'll have like tooth of something or other.
Yes.
You can get your.
Would anybody need the breeches? The Falcon?
Negative.
I'd take those. Matt would take those full squad.
Is that Matt?
Green, if you don't want that dagger, Zarandis would take it, but only if you
Yep,
don't want
come
it.
on over to me. I'm by the carcass, the dragon carcass.
So who is looking for the perfected False God Inferno?
Ninja's been looking
Zarandis.
for
Did it drop?
it. Yeah,
Oh no, I was just curious.
no.
Neato.
Such a. I've got almost
Are you
four
looking for
sets
any
of